Well, what's up, dudes? Welcome back to Throttle Tube, and as you can see, we are upon a 250cc learner bike, which is very fitting because a lot of you guys do ask me a lot of questions about beginner riding, and I have a friend who has just got himself a new bike the other day, so what better way than to do a video and bring him down to a place like this where I can teach him some very beginner basics. You guys can come along and pick some things up too, but first, just a quick bit of feedback. He has been riding dirt bikes on and off for the last year, so he's going to be a little bit more advanced than you guys. However, a lot of these tips, doesn't matter if you come from dirt or not, you're still going to need to hear them to master the safety aspects on the road. But yeah, slow speed stuff, it's all about riding the clutch. It'll only go as fast as you let out. So you can just ride it all day, so you can walk it, da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Yeah, man. Whereas a lot of people, and I'm sure you do the same, will just let it straight out and you get that choppy thing. So don't use any throttle. It sounds so basic, but just try get it at walking speed and slowing down. So go even slower. See how that's so quick? Like, see the difference? You want to slowly touch it and it's there. Yeah. I could do that all day. But if you go too quick, you're going to get that jumpy thing. So just go super slow, and then you'll get used to where your clutch is. And it will start picking up. There you go. And you just pull it in to slow down. So that's where you get a lot of mistakes from, like doing the choppy stuff. Yeah. But it sounds super boring and dumb, but once you get that, then you can start doing U-turns and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. U-turn, like, without putting your foot down?
Yep.
Or like, you know, how
yep, yep. I'll show you that. So that's how you do like counterbalancing, and then see what you're doing here with your hand. You're basically like, you're riding the clutch. See when you're just in that middle friction zone where you can walk, you keep it there while revving, because it won't go any faster than you let the clutch out. That's how you do a U-turn, but I'll show you that in a minute. Yeah, kind of, but see how you're real choppy? That will get you in trouble quick. Everything's just smooth, like super smooth. Yeah, so there you go, dudes. Like I said, he's got dirt bike experience, but you see what I mean?
That sounds wrong. Do you have to turn this or no?
Shall I show you quick? I'll show you so you get the idea.
I honestly feel like an amateur when I'm sitting there.
Nah, you got it, man. Everyone does it. There's a limit, like the more power you get, like something like that or bigger, that's why they say start on smaller bikes. See how smooth I'm just like rolling? It's just from experience, but if I do the choppy bit and it jumps like that, yeah. If you did that on something like this, that jump is like whap, and it will flip you over, man. Yeah. But yeah, just getting used to that bit there, like just catching it. But in terms of doing slow stuff, like even riding fast, you need to be smooth. Yeah. So if I'm trying to pull off like quickly, I still rev it, but I let the clutch out. It's quick, but it's still smooth. Yeah. So I'm still like, still gradually going. But it's just because of experience I do it fast. But in terms of U-turns, everything's smooth. Like the throttle doesn't make so much of a difference. But if you can keep the revs up, it will use the force of the engine, like I said, and it will keep the bike standing. So you can rev it like, I don't know, 4,000. If I dump the clutch, it's going to go forwards. But if I keep it there and just slowly ride the clutch, it'll only go as fast as you let the clutch out. Obviously you don't need to do that. Yeah. But that's why they got wet clutches, like you could do that all day. But a U-turn is pretty much that. So you get rolling.
Is that something you can do on the hill or something?
What's that?
Is that something you could do on hills or something?
Yeah, but that's when you do hill starts, you want to use your back brake. Yeah. But yeah, the U-turn thing is literally finding that middle ground and just feathering around. So you can go real slow, rev it, and you go around all day. So it's just finding that friction zone. And see, I'm using my back brake to like slow me down. So I'm just keeping that friction zone rubbing, using the revs to like control how much balance I have, and the back's just like slow me down. If you don't do that, you'll do what you do and you keep trying to get it into first gear and then on, off, jump. Yeah, man. I'll be honest, that's a lot easier said than done. Yeah, man. Try and do like that same friction rubbing thing, but in a straight line. So just build the revs up a bit. Find a nice place on your revs before you do anything. I don't know, like 3, 4. So before you do any of that, keep that in. And then just get used to holding the revs smoothly.
You know, is it better to hold, you know, like one finger, or do you come out and then let it go? Realistically,
if you drop that, see my back 2 fingers are holding the handlebar and the front 2 are holding the clutch. Yeah. That way you'll never get that thing where you slip and let go of it. Okay. So yeah, so try not to use 4 fingers if you can. So when you go, you got that rubbing bit that you were saying earlier, like that friction zone. Get used to building the revs and don't do anything with this yet. Try and get them holding smoothly. So if you can, find 4 and keep that at 4. And then just slowly, ever so slowly wobble that back and forward. Don't let this all the way out. There you go. Now a bit of the clutch. And then find the middle bit and just keep it there. You see, it'll only go as fast as you let out. Does that make sense? So you're almost there. And use your back brake to slow you down a bit. And keep the revs high. So you can go even slower than that. Scrub the back brake more and you go even slower. It's a lot. It's like a juggling act. But you're doing better than most people. You just want to drill that over and over and over until it becomes muscle memory. Yeah. But you get what I'm saying?
It's just that rib does well.
It's real strange when you're not used to it. Yeah. So that's like level 1. So to make them tighter, you're not going to get it as tight as like I did. But to get it tighter, you need to turn your head and look where you're going. It's real alien. It sounds alien to you. But if I stand in the middle and you kind of use me as like a looking point, do all of that and look at me and you'll make tighter turns. Just trust your hands and just use your eyes. You'll get less of that wobble feeling. So you get the friction thing already till you're comfortable?
Literally look at you.
Pretty much. You want to find your center point and you'll go around it. Does that make sense? But that's the best way to do it. Find a center point and just go around it. And then now once you got that, then you can start playing around with the clutch and feeling that out. Yeah, it's always going to feel sketchy. But the only thing you're not doing now is you're not having any revs. You're kind of just rolling around, you're coasting.
You're right, I am.
So use your back brake to slow down and use your clutch to go forward faster. See now if you get that and start looking at me, you'll get tighter. Let's see how much tighter you get. It's weird, isn't it? Let's see how much tighter that is.
Yeah.
But you'll get better at that with practice.
Okay, wobble.
So get used to the clutch thing. Try go around me without looking. And then when you're comfortable with that, then kind of fix on me and then you'll see how much tighter your circles will get. That's it, man. A little bit more clutch out, ever so slightly, and more back brake. There you go. See now if you look at me, you can get super tight. Way better. And then you do that. But you see what I'm saying? Like there's a big difference between like messing around on dirt and actually
having a go.
Being on the road, man.
Oh, that made me tired.
But yeah, no, it's mentally draining. But there's a big difference between like being able to mess around on the bike and actually control one, not come off of it in traffic.
Yeah.
Well, I'll do one more just to cap it. Yeah, you just practice that over and over again, man. You pick that up. You're not going to get it in 10 seconds of me saying how to do it. Yeah. But honestly, it doesn't matter if it's a small bike or a big bike. It's the same principle, man. Yeah. Like as long as you're riding that bit, you can't really go anywhere. La la la. See, like I really like spin around. Like if I really look at you, I don't have to look in your eyes, but. And then if I start doing that, start counterbalancing. But some people can get really tight with this, man. Yeah. Whee! But I'm just using that back brake to slow me down. If I let go of the back brake, I'll start going a little bit faster. It is though, like it's a real alien thing. Yeah. But the quicker you can get that, the quicker you'll be better in like slow traffic. Because you won't be doing the whole pulling the clutch and coasting and doing all this wobbling stuff. But without overloading you, like that's the main things you want in like being slow, is remember the back brake and riding the clutch. Yeah. I'd say that's 90% of like controlling it slow. Well, there you have it, dudes. I know that wasn't too much, but as you can tell from a beginner perspective, there's a lot to learn, and if I give too much information, it's just literally information overload. But as you can see, that is someone with a bit more experience than your average, and that is why I advocate for getting a smaller bike than a faster one, because making little mishaps on something like that is a lot more forgiving than doing it on something like this. But I hope you guys picked something up useful from this video. Let me know if you want me to do any more stuff like this. We can do a bit more in-depth things and go out on the road, do some rides, especially when the weather's better. That is kind of why we are rushing this video. Weather's not on our side these couple of days, so I'm kind of jimmying together videos as I can. So with that being said, do let me know if you guys enjoyed this. Do the usual like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And just remember, take things easy. It is a slow race, not a fast one. The only thing that you'll do when you go fast is speed your way up to the grave. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys later. Peace.